The Monday, November 21st, 2022 regular meeting of the Gardner City Council will come to order. The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilor Boone?
Present.
Councilor Boudreaux? Councilor Craig Cormier?
Present.
Councilor Ronald Cormier?
Present.
Councilor Donalowitz?
Present.
Councilor Harder? Councilor Heath?
Present.
Councilor Math? Councilor Tyros?
Present.
Councilor Walsh?
Present.
And President Kaczynskis.
President, please rise to recite the opening prayer and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Almighty God, we thank thee for bringing us together this evening. Inspire us for worthy deeds and sound decisions, and direct us toward the attainment of good city government. We pray thee to bless and protect all the people of our city, and to so guide and inspire us that we may deliberate in unity and harmony. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Announcement of open meeting recordings. Any person may make a video or audio recording of an open session of a meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium subject to reasonable requirements of the chair as the number, placement, and operation of equipment used so as not to interfere with the conduct of the meeting. Any person intending to make such recording shall notify the chair forthwith. All documents and exhibits used or referenced at the meeting must be submitted in duplicate to the chair as they become part of the meeting minutes. Pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 20. Is anyone here recording tonight's meeting? Okay. There are no minutes of prior meetings. There are no public hearings. Communications from the mayor. Communications. Item number 10845, a measure authorizing free parking at downtown parking meters from December 1st through December 31st, 2022. Report from the Finance Committee. Councilor Ron Cormier.
Finance Committee discussed this. We concur with the need to encourage downtown businesses, and I make a motion we approve the authorization.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Ron Cormier, seconded by Councilor Donalowitz to approve the authorization. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10846, a measure authorizing acceptance of donations and gifts for use by Gardner Police K-9 program. Councilor Ron Cormier.
This is a gift for an additional ballistic vest from a group that sponsors these things for various police departments that have K-9s. Wish to thank them for their generosity, and I make a motion that we accept the gift as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Ron Cormier, seconded by Councilor Donalowitz to authorize the acceptance of the donations and gifts. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10849, a measure to adopt a factor for real estate and personal property taxation for fiscal year 2023. Councilor Donalowitz.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd make a motion we schedule a public hearing for the real estate tax rate.
Second the motion.
Motion made by Councilor Donalowitz, seconded by Councilor Walsh to schedule a public hearing on the matter. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Petitions, applications, communications, etc. Item 10850, a petition by National Grid Coleman Street to install one single owned pole beginning at a point approximately 250 feet east of the center line of the intersection of Coleman Street and Robillard Street. Install one stub pole on Coleman Street to support P25 on Parker Street. Councilor Walsh.
Motion to move that we refer the item to the Public Service Committee for study and report, and that the clerk schedule a public hearing.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Walsh, seconded by Councilor Tyros to refer the item to the Public Service Committee for further study and report and to schedule a public hearing. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Motion passes. Reports of standing committees. Finance Committee, item number 10815, an order authorizing $2,015 payment of prior year human resources operating expenditure. Councilor Ron Cormier.
Respectfully request more time for the Finance Committee.
There is no objection. We will have more time on this item. The item will be granted more time. Item 10816, an order appropriating $130,819 from free cash to stabilization. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
Finance Committee is in favor of this. We do this annually when we're able to. It's the amount, percentage recommended by the Department of Revenue. It's the way of providing for our future in the event that we have some bad times. So I make a motion that we pass the motion.
Second.
Order.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Dernalowitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? This does require a roll call vote. The clerk will please call the roll.
Okay. Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Okay. Counselor Cormier?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Craig Cormier?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then Ron. Okay. Counselor Dernalowitz?
Yes.
Okay. Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
And
She just told me to vote.
then, 8 yeas, no noes.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item number 10817, an order appropriating $26,164 from free cash to other post-employment benefits liability trust fund, OPEB. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Dernalowitz.
Thank you. This is required annually by the current Department of Revenue regulations to set aside at least some amount. It would impact our bonding rate negatively if we did not. The city's administrative financial policies recommend 1% of free cash. Finance Committee was in favor, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Dernalowitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier, is to adopt the order. Is there a discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Dernalowitz? Dernalowitz?
Yes.
Okay. Counselor, no, he's not here. No.
Just keep going.
Okay. Counselor Harden?
Oh, she's out.
Oh, she is.
It's okay, Counselor Tyros.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
And since I was overlooked,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Counselor Ron Cormier.
Me too.
Counselor
Yes.
Heath?
Counselor Heath. That's okay.
It's all right.
We'll get it.
We're getting
8 yeas.
there. We're getting there.
Motion passes.
No worries.
Try my hardest.
Okay. Item number 10818, an order appropriating $300,000 from free cash to Department of Public Works road resurfacing expense account. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Dernalowitz.
Thank you. This is the appropriation from free cash to supplement our road paving account. The city's administrative financial policies recommend 10%, which is what this is. Finance, as I said, Finance Committee was in favor, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Dernalowitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Dernalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes. Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes. 8 yeas. Motion passes. Item 10819, an order appropriating $200,000 from free cash to vehicle stabilization. Counselor Dernalowitz?
Thank you. This is a appropriation to, as I said, $200,000 to our vehicle stabilization account. This is to begin putting away money for a ladder truck for the fire department. Current cost of that, if purchased today, is around 1.6 million. So, starting to save for that. Finance Committee was in favor, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Dernalowitz, seconded by Counselor Tyros to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? Counselor Rod Cormier?
We've already established some monies in there. There's already, I believe, 135,000, so
I had a number at 106,782.
total, yeah.
So this would bring it up to 300,000.
We're still a long ways for the 1.5 million, but it's a smart way to appropriate it.
Further discussion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Dernalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10820, an order appropriating $35,000 from free cash to school improvement project account. Counselor Donalowitz?
Thank you. This is to rekey all the doors at Gardner High School. As outlined in our packet, this has been part of the capital improvement plan for several years. These new locks will meet school security standards, which are already met at all the other schools in the district. Finance Committee was in favor, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Donalowitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Donalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item number 10821, an order appropriating $35,000 from free cash to City Capital Project Visitors Center Revitalization. Report from the Finance Committee. Counselor Ron Cormier?
The Finance Committee was in favor of this. This is a process that started a number of years ago with legislation to allow the state to turn this over to us so that we can trade this for a piece of land near Dunn's Pond. The monies with this are the requirements that DCAM, the agency that we're dealing with, requires us, the steps that we have to go through. So we're in favor of this, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Donalowitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Donalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10822, an order appropriating $75,000 from free cash to landfill closure expenditures. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
Yeah, we started this a couple of years ago, if you recall. There is a sheet in your packet that shows how much we're going to be expending each year. It's, we're required to maintain monitoring of the closed landfill, the old city dump, for a 20-year period, I believe. So we're in favor of the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Donalowitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Donalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10823, an order appropriating $72,500 from free cash to landfill repair and maintenance. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
Finance Committee was in favor of this. This and the money order that's coming down a little bit further will cover the cost of replacing and repairing various leachate pumps that they have at the landfill that we're required to take care of. They're starting to get on in years. We did talk to the director. She said over the years, the best I can say is out of sight, out of mind. She really wants to have them brought up to date and establish a yearly, if not more often, maintenance program so that this won't happen again. So we're very much in favor of this, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Donalowitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone?
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier?
Yes.
Counselor Donalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
President Kazinskas?
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10824, an order appropriating $5,908 from solid waste surplus to solid waste trash receptacles / minor equipment. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
Finance Committee is favorable. These, to purchase additional, they call them trash garages for the South Gardner area, the containers. It's done a good job of trying to cut down the mess and whatnot from the open containers they had before. And one of the things that was reported to us, they're working with both the high school and college art departments to see if they can't have them decorated like they did with the electrical utility boxes a few years back. So we were in favor of this, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Donalawitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz,
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros,
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10826, an order appropriating $82,500 from solid waste surplus to landfill repairs and maintenance. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
This is roughly the other half of the amount needed to replace those leachate pumps and repair them and establish, and it also includes the maintenance costs for the rest of the year. So we were in favor of this, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Donalawitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ronald Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz,
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros,
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10828, a notification of certification of property values. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Donalawitz.
Thank you. As outlined in the notification, the city's taxable real and personal property is set just shy of $2 billion, which is an increase of about 21%. I move to place the correspondence on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Donalawitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to place the notification on file. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10829, a notification of certification of new growth. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Donalawitz.
As discussed earlier, this notification has the new growth certified, which is over $400,000. I move to place the notification on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Donalawitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to place the notification on file. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10832, a notification of additional staff to Gardner Animal Shelter. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Donalawitz.
Thank you. This notification outlines the new role at Gardner Animal Shelter. It's administrative coordinator position, a full-time position. It's being funded from salary line item transfer from the current budget. Does not need council approval, but the mayor wanted to keep us aware of it, and it will be part of the budget for next fiscal year. I move to place the notification on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Donalawitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to place the notification on file. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10833, a notification of certification of free cash and retained earnings from fiscal year 2022. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Donalawitz.
Thank you. This notification breaks out the free cash and retained earnings to both the general fund and enterprise accounts. I move to place the notification on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Donalawitz, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to place the notification on file. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10839, a measure authorizing an intermunicipal agreement between the City of Gardner and Town of Princeton for Veterans Services. Counselor Ron Cormier.
This is a renewal of the agreement that we started a year ago with Princeton. First one is for 1 year. This will be for 3 years. Received nothing but positive feedback, beneficial for the communities and for the veterans involved. There's scheduled increases in cost that are being taken care of in the contract. So I move the authorization.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Donalawitz to grant the authorization of the agreement. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10840, a notification of recent grant awards from the Commonwealth. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
The Finance Committee was pleased to receive this from the mayor. It's a listing of a number of grants that the city has received for various projects going on in the city. Members of the governor's office were here in town last week to present the thing, but they range in price from $42,000, $50,000 for various projects that go to improve our community. So I make a motion that we place this on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Generalowitz to place the notification on file. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10841, a measure authorizing the FY 2022-2023 Community Development Block Grant Mini Entitlement Plan. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Ron Cormier.
It used to be that we had to do this on an annual basis. Now it's done every 2 years. Public hearings were held by the steering committee. This is the proposal that's presented to the state, and I make a motion that we approve the authorization.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Generalowitz to approve the authorization. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Safety Committee, item number 10834, an ordinance to amend the Code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 423, entitled Hackney and Other Carriages. Report from the Public Safety Committee, Counselor Craig Cormier.
Yes, the Safety Committee did have a chance to meet and discuss this. We discussed this with Chief McAveen. This is for clarity of our existing law regulating taxis in the city. There's been some confusion as to whether rideshare vehicles fall under this regulation. They do not. So this would clarify our chapter regarding taxis, excluding rideshare vehicles, which are actually regulated by Massachusetts general laws. So we were unanimously in favor, and I move the ordinance to be passed and sent first printing.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Craig Cormier, seconded by Counselor Boone to send the item to first printing. Is there a discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Welfare Committee, item number 10827, a notification of S.K. Pierce Mansion application for National Register of Historic Places. Counselor Heath?
Yes, I'd like to place this notification on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Heath, seconded by Counselor Generalowitz to place the notification on file. Is there a discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Unfinished business and matters for reconsideration, item number 10798. A petition submitted by Private Oversight LLC for an ordinance to amend the Code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 675, entitled Zoning per Zoning Act, Mass General Law 40A. Counselor Heath?
Yes, I'd like to go ahead and put this petition in for first printing.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Heath, seconded by Counselor Tyros to send the item to first printing. Is there discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Item 10781, an act relative to establish a special act charter drafting committee. Counselor Walsh?
We request more time on this item.
If there are
Second.
if there are no if there are no objections, we will take more time on this item. The item will be granted more time. Item 10835, in order to raise and appropriate $166,127 for the various departments for the salary and labor budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Counselor Generalowitz?
Make a motion to pass the order. Second.
Motion made by Counselor Generalowitz, seconded by Counselor Tyros to adopt the order. Is there a discussion on the motion? Counselor Walsh?
Just briefly, I want to commend the mayor for the kind of exhaustive manner in which he has documented the various elements of the supplemental budget, the need for them, the use of them, the explanation of them. It's all well presented, and probably don't need a Bible to speak to do it, but I appreciate we can put it to other uses. So I'm going to support the motion.
Second.
Motion, is there any further discussion? Counselor Ron Cormier? Any further discussion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Generalowitz,
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros,
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas,
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10836, in order to raise and appropriate $84,000 for the various departments for operating expenditure budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Counselor Walsh?
Move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Walsh, seconded by Counselor Ron Cormier to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Derlowitz,
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros,
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10837, a measure authorizing $106,594.44 for prior year salary expenditures. Counselor Walsh?
Point of order, what level of vote is required for this particular item, since it's for authorizing expenditure for a prior year?
This is it's majority. Mayor Nicholson?
Thank you, Madam President. Because it's a salary vote for a previous year associated with the collective bargaining, it's just a simple majority rather than if it was an expenditure that requires the 9/10 vote.
Thank you. So it's a simple majority vote. So it'd be 6.
Wanted to raise the issue.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Ron Cormier, seconded by Counselor Derlowitz to adopt the order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Derlowitz,
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros,
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10847, in order transferring $10,000 from sewer surplus/retained earnings to sewer department salary expenditures. Counselor Derlowitz?
Move the order. Second.
Motion made by Counselor Derlowitz, seconded by Counselor Tyros to adopt the order. Is there a discussion on the motion? Counselor Walsh?
Just for the record and for those, this was together with the next item is to fund an additional salary for the GIS coordinator to perform additional duties based on an expanded job description that it's in, and it's been taken up and considered by the Service Committee and favorably viewed, and explained and discussed at our informal meeting earlier tonight. And so I'm going to support the motion.
Thank you, Counselor. Further discussion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Derlowitz,
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros,
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10848, in order transferring $10,000 from water surplus/retained earnings to water department salary expenditures. Counselor Derlowitz?
Make a motion to adopt the order. Second.
Motion made by Counselor Derlowitz, seconded by Counselor Tyros to adopt the order. Is there a discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Boone,
Yes.
Counselor Craig Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Counselor Derlowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Heath,
Yes.
Counselor Tyros.
Yes.
Counselor Walsh,
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. Item 10842, a communication from the mayor regarding the FY 2023 supplemental budget proposal. Is there a motion? Councilor
Make a
Ron
motion, we place it on file since we've completed the process.
Second.
Cormier? Motion made by Councilor Ron Cormier, seconded by Councilor Derlowitz to place the communication on file. Is there a discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Motion passes. New business. Item 10851, a communication regarding Veterans Treatment Court at Gardner, Winchendon District Court. Councilor Walsh?
I wish to be heard on it, but to get it on the floor, to move that we place the communication on file.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Walsh, seconded by Councilor Derlowitz to place the communication on file. Is there a discussion on the motion? Councilor Walsh?
Yes, this was communication that was the mayor provided the opportunity for various members of the council and community members and other communities were also requested to support the establishment of a specialty court for veterans at the Gardner District Court. Noticeable in its absence is my signature. It's not because I don't support the idea, the concept. I thought the communication itself was inadequate to explain the communities will be served by it, because that was unclear. But we know that it would include communities from Middlesex and from Franklin. There's a lot of people in those communities, and a lot of veterans who may need services that will be coming to the Gardner District Court. And it was unclear to me whether and to what extent there'll be funding available to support the staffing needs of the district court to deal with the additional influx of people to be served at the specialty court. There's staff there now, but it's for the jurisdiction of the Gardner District Court, which includes Gardner, Royalston, Petersham, and that's it. It's not the Winchendon District Court in this letter, it's just the Gardner District Court, because they're separate jurisdictions, separate courts, even though they're in the same building. So my concern was that there would be adequate funding to support these, to support the additional services needed to, at the courthouse. I've been told by Representative Zlotnick that there is funding for specialty courts in the budget. How it's allocated and to what extent it is available is unclear to me. But I just want to make clear that I support the idea of providing good services and important services to our veterans. And it's just to make sure that the resources are available to do it properly. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Further discussion? Counselor Boone?
Madam President, many years ago, we discussed this same kind of subject. We were getting people from Virginia, from everywhere. You know, obviously I support the veterans, 100%. But Gardner, for some reason, became a melting pot where all of a sudden everybody wanted, and I don't want to be mean, because I love the veterans and they deserve everything they want to get. But Council Walsh points out as something that, you know, Gardner, for some reason, we have to pay all this money and the state doesn't give us enough. Honestly, they don't give us enough to help support. I want to support everybody. Of course, bring them in. You know, let's bring in the veterans. Let's bring, my God, to Gardner. They deserve it. What frustrates me is that the state doesn't pick up the bill. And it's up to us to pick up the bill. So, I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Further discussion? Counselor
Just
Walsh?
for the second time, I just want to clarify that this has to do with Veterans Specialty Court at the Gardner, to be located at the Gardner District Court. The Gardner District Court is fully state funded. And I think Councilor Boone might be reserving the veterans benefits that are administered through the City of Veterans Department, Veteran Services Department. And we do get 75% reimbursement for that, those benefits.
Thank you, Council Walsh. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Counselor. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. Okay. New business. Counselor Heath.
Thank you, Madam President. Just local, we have Gardner High. They have their last football game this Turkey Day, Thursday, 10 a.m. over at Walking Field. Hopefully we get some support, even though it's going to be cold. Other than that, I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Tyros.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a brief congratulations to the boys and girls Gardner High cross country team. They this past weekend competed states at Fort Devens and did very well. Proud of their effort and very successful season. Season for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Donalowitz.
Nothing else this evening, thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Craig Cormier.
I have nothing else to add this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Boone.
Yeah, thank you, Councilor Tyros. My son was a big cross-country runner, and I kind of been not paying attention to it, but I'm glad you pointed it out. And the boys' soccer has done unbelievable. So it's so great for Gardner, and you know, everything going along with it, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Walsh?
Nothing further.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Cormier?
Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Thank you, Counselor. I have nothing this evening. I will entertain a motion on the floor to adjourn after the closing prayer.
So moved.
Motion made by Counselor Heath, seconded by Counselor Craig Cormier. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes. Almighty Father, who seest over all, as we adjourn, we thank thee for the opportunity to join deliberation and action witness during the course of this meeting. Bless, O Lord, all who are gathered here, and the people whose representatives we are, and do thou attend to our common welfare until our next meeting. Amen. Meeting stands. Thank you, everyone.
Great job.
Good job.